Good evening, and welcome to your AIDailyPress evening podcast for June 4, 2026. I'm your host, Walter. Firstly, the conflict between the U.S. and its adversaries in the Middle East continues to escalate, with the House voting on a war powers resolution aimed at limiting the president's ability to take military action without congressional approval. This development marks a significant shift in congressional opinion on the administration's handling of the conflict. Secondly, we're examining the evolving relationship between the U.S. and its European allies. As European nations invest in their military capabilities and reduce their reliance on American support, concerns over the unpredictability of U.S. foreign policy under the Trump administration are driving this transformation. Rebuilding trust and restoring a sense of shared purpose will require a sustained effort from both sides. Lastly, President Trump has announced his intention to nominate Todd Blanche as the country's next Attorney General, despite controversy surrounding Blanche's recent proposal for a $7.76 billion anti-weaponization fund. The nomination is expected to be formalized soon and will likely face a heated debate in the Senate over Blanche's qualifications and implications for the country. These stories represent significant developments in U.S. politics and international relations. We'll continue to monitor these situations and provide in-depth analysis and updates as more information becomes available. Now for the latest in social and cultural news, here is Barbara Waters.
Thank you, Walter. Firstly, we've been following the developments on the U.S. immigration enforcement funding debate in Washington. The Senate has been engaged in a marathon voting session, with Republicans using the reconciliation process to bypass the usual 60-vote threshold. We'll continue to monitor this situation and provide updates as more information becomes available. In related news, the Trump administration is planning to boost coal production, which has raised concerns about environmental implications. We're tracking this story and will bring you balanced analysis and insights from our team of experts. On a more positive note, we've been celebrating Pride Month with several major fashion brands unveiling their Pride collections. These iconic brands are using their platforms to show support for the LGBTQ+ community, with subtle yet impactful designs that can be worn proudly throughout the year. Many of these brands have also pledged to donate a portion of their proceeds to LGBTQ+ organizations and charities. Now for the latest in business and finance, here is Louis Riskweiser.
Thank you, Barbara. Firstly, we took a closer look at SpaceX's ambitious plans for its Starship program, but unfortunately, that story didn't make it to our final cut tonight. However, we did dive into the world of high-yield savings accounts and found that despite fluctuations in interest rates, these accounts remain an attractive option for those looking to earn more interest on their deposits. With APYs ranging from 4.5% to 5.0%, it's essential to do your research and choose an account that aligns with your financial goals. In another story, we explored the significant partnership between BHP, Canadian National Railway, and Canadian Pacific Kansas City to transport potash from BHP's upcoming Jansen mine in Saskatchewan to global markets. This collaboration is a win-win for all parties involved, with BHP gaining a robust transportation network, CN and CPKC expanding their service offerings, and the Canadian economy benefiting from investment and job creation. Lastly, we touched on the topic of SpaceX, but let's move on to our final story, which didn't make it to the cut tonight. Instead, I'd like to leave you with a thought. As the world grapples with food security and population growth, the role of potash in fertilizer production will become increasingly vital. We'll continue to follow these stories and provide updates as more information becomes available. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow for more in-depth analysis and news from the world of finance and commodities. Now for the latest in science and technology, here is Carl Starman.
Thank you, Louis. Firstly, we've been exploring the mysteries of galaxy evolution, delving into the latest research on the formation and development of galaxies like our own Milky Way. Scientists are using a combination of observations, simulations, and theoretical models to refine our understanding of this complex process. Next, we reported on the conclusion of NASA's Mars Atmosphere and Volatile Evolution mission, also known as MAVEN. After 8 years of orbiting the red planet, the spacecraft has ceased operations due to fuel depletion. The mission significantly advanced our knowledge of the Martian atmosphere and its interaction with the solar wind, providing valuable insights for future Mars exploration. Lastly, we discussed a groundbreaking discovery in space physics, where researchers made a major breakthrough in understanding how relativistic electrons are accelerated at Jupiter's bow shock. This study sheds new light on the complex interactions between the planet's magnetic field and the solar wind, with implications for our understanding of radiation belts surrounding gas giant planets. These stories remind us of the awe-inspiring complexity and beauty of the universe, and we're excited to continue exploring the latest developments in science and space exploration. Now for the latest in sports, here is Howard Closewell.
Thank you, Carl. We've been following several compelling narratives in the world of professional sports. Firstly, we discussed the remarkable story of Shohei Ohtani, the Los Angeles Dodgers' sensation who is redefining modern professional sports with his incredible two-way talents as both a hitter and a pitcher. His dedication to managing his workload is crucial to his success, and it's essential to appreciate his remarkable talents while ensuring he remains healthy. Secondly, we touched upon DeMarco Murray's transition into his role as running backs coach for the Kansas City Chiefs. This development highlights Murray's personal and professional journey, as well as the strategic maneuvers within the NFL, particularly as teams seek to bolster their rosters and coaching staffs in pursuit of excellence. The Chiefs' acquisition of Kenneth Walker and Murray's experience as a player are expected to make a positive impact on the team's running game. Lastly, we addressed the issue of managing workloads in professional sports using the example of Shohei Ohtani. It's crucial for athletes to balance their performance with rest and recovery to avoid injuries and maintain their level of play. These stories showcase the dynamic nature of professional sports, where individual journeys can significantly influence team trajectories. We'll continue to follow these narratives and provide in-depth analysis on the AIDailyPress. Now for the latest in travel and human interest, here is Charles Curl.
Thank you, Howard. This week, we've taken you on 3 fascinating journeys. First, we explored the world of sports and travel, highlighting the unique experiences that await us when we venture out into the world. From the thrill of discovery to the joy of connection, we celebrated the human spirit's capacity for exploration and wonder. Next, we delved into the critical issue of climate change, focusing on the often overlooked yet crucial role of peatlands in maintaining our planet's delicate ecological balance. We traveled to the Congo Basin, the Arctic, and Peru, meeting local communities and scientists working together to preserve these vital ecosystems. Finally, we turned our gaze upwards, exploring the realm of astrology and its insights into our lives. With the guidance of renowned astrologer Rob Bresney, we navigated the complexities of our daily existence, discovering the importance of embracing our true selves, learning from mistakes, and cultivating self-awareness. These stories remind us that, whether we're exploring the world around us or the depths of our own inner universe, there's always more to discover, learn, and appreciate. Now for the latest in fashion and entertainment, here is Joan Streams.
Thank you, Charles. Firstly, we took a somber look at the notable deaths in the industry, remembering the lives and contributions of legends like Sharon Stone's bravery in sharing her story of physical assault over a decade ago, and how she's taking control of her narrative. We also touched on the fascinating Marilyn Monroe auction, featuring vintage items like her iconic bras, which are selling for thousands of dollars. Next, we dived into the world of television, exploring a curated list of 8 TV shows that are being touted as the next big things. From dramas like On My Block and Skins, to comedies like The Sex Lives of College Girls, these shows offer a diverse range of perspectives and experiences, tackling complex themes and issues affecting young people today. What sets these shows apart is their raw, unflinching portrayal of teenage life, offering relatable characters, engaging storylines, and thought-provoking themes. As one fan noted, These shows aren't just about entertainment, they're about representation, empathy, and understanding. Now for the latest in nature and environment, here is David at Nature.
Thank you, Joan. Firstly, we looked at the growing trend of ecotourism and its impact on wildlife, particularly in the context of birdwatching. Our article on the Banner Brightshiny National Park in South Wales explored the discovery of a naturally occurring fungus that targets and destroys the invasive heath star moss, which has been threatening native mosses and ecosystems. We also visited the stunning coastline of Northumberland, where an innovative conservation effort is underway to protect vulnerable bird species such as the little tern and the ringed plover. The introduction of electrifiable netting and seasonal wardens has led to a remarkable increase in fledglings, with over 100 young birds taking to the skies in 2022. Lastly, we touched on the world of botany, where scientists have identified a powerful fungus that could be used to control invasive species, offering a glimmer of hope in the fight against declining biodiversity. These stories demonstrate the complex relationships between humans and the natural world, highlighting both the challenges we face and the opportunities for conservation and preservation. Join us again soon for more in-depth coverage of the stories that matter most. And that completes our evening podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Until tomorrow morning, I'm David Attenasher for AI Daily Press, the world's most unbiased news source.